Excuse me. Everyone, please, I have an announcement.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the movie musicals that have already left jazz hands all over the 21st century. We're excluding animated movies because they could fill out their own list, and we're not including recordings of stage shows either.
I've got to be here. I've got to be in the mood.
Number 30, Matilda the Musical. Given the stack of awards the stage version had already racked up, from Olivier's to Tonys, the film had more expectations on it than a burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair. And when the reviews came in, they were anything but revolting.
Shout, 'cause if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top, you won't change a thing.
The movie captured the charm of the stage show, and its cast clearly understood the assignment. Emma Thompson especially was a terrifyingly brilliant Miss Trunchbull.
We must begin insisting on rigidity and discipline, persistently resisting this anarchistic mischief in these minutes you are frittering on pandering and pitying on little ones like this. You just need discipline.
The choreography by Ellen Kane, who'd worked alongside the show's original choreographer Peter Darling, was a particular highlight. She managed to keep what made the show such a hit while delivering something fresh, fun, and made for the big screen.
We can SB out how we like. If enough of us are wrong, wrong is right. Everyone N-O-R-T-Y. We're a little bit naughty.
Number 29, Mary Poppins Returns. Writing a sequel to Mary Poppins was a bold move. How do you follow something so iconic? But Mary Poppins Returns pulls it off with charm, heart, and a soundtrack full of bangers that might not be as supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but still absolutely slap.
Some monster when adventure calls.
Can you imagine that?
And sail straight over waterfalls.
Can you imagine that?
We're back on Cherry Tree Lane with the next generation of Banks children, while the grown-ups seem to have forgotten the magic of their childhoods, like we all tend to do. Mary and Jack the Lamplighter swoop in to help bring it back. Emily Blunt brings her charisma to the role while honoring Julie Andrews, and Lin-Manuel Miranda is, well, Lin-Manuel Miranda. There's even a Dick Van Dyke cameo. It's joyful, moving, and properly magical.
Please take her advice.
Or you'll pay the price.
When the cover is up
Number 28, Wonka. This film was pitched as a prequel to the 1971 classic, the less said about the 2005 version the better, and it turned out to be the golden ticket no one saw coming. A young Wonka origin story could have easily soured our memories, but instead it delivered a rich, surprising treat. Timothée Chalamet brought a soft, sweet center to the iconic chocolatier, teaming up with the perfectly sweet Noodle, played by Cal Elaine.
You don't seriously expect me to believe this, do you?
Of course I do. What other explanation is there?
I don't know. That you go to sleep, dream about little green man,
Orange man, green hair. Yeah.
and while you're dreaming, stuff your face with chocolate.
Stuff my... That makes a lot more sense.
The rest of the cast is like a variety pack of favorites, and the songs are totally scrumdiddlyumptious. The film leaned into whimsy with a tone more satisfying than a sugar rush. It's pure confection, colorful, earnest, and just nutty enough.
There's chocolate, and there's chocolate. Only Wonka's makes your confidence skyrocket.
It doesn't even work here.
Put your hand into your pocket and get yourself some Wonka chocolate.
Number 27. Everybody's Talking About Jamie. This musical was inspired by the BBC documentary Jamie, Drag Queen at 16. The story follows Jamie, a queer teenager who dreams of becoming a drag queen and wearing a dress to prom, while up against a town that hasn't yet found its pride.
I am. And I'm coming out as a drag queen at prom. Because sometimes, pretty Pasha, you gotta grab life by the balls, you take those balls, you tuck them between your legs, and you put your best chuffing frock on.
The stage show opened in Sheffield before heading to the West End, earning 5 Olivier nominations and winning Best New Musical at the What's on Stage Awards. With a catchy soundtrack and heartfelt storytelling, it explores self-expression, identity, acceptance, and belonging.
So go and find your dance, go and find your voice, 'cause the party's only just beginning.
The film brought Jamie's story to a wider audience, adding more depth and background to LGBTQIA+ experiences. Though released quietly during the pandemic, it still earned critical praise and a BAFTA nomination.
Everybody's looking at the rainbow down who we're dying to see. Everybody's talking about Jay.
Number 26, Beauty and the Beast. The 2017 live-action version of Beauty and the Beast had a lot to live up to, being an adaptation of the much-loved and highly acclaimed 1991 animated movie.
I hope you are not too startled.
Why would I be startled? I'm talking to a candle.
Candelabra, please. Enormous difference.
The first animated film to win a Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, and the first animated movie to be nominated for a Best Picture Oscar. Even with all that, to say the 2017 film lived up to expectations might be underselling it.
Perfect, a pure paragon.
You can ask any Tom, Dick, or Stanley, and they'll tell you whose team they prefer to be on.
The movie features all the iconic songs from the original film, as well as the magic and the joy of that 1991 animated classic.
They can sing, they can dance. After all, miss, this is France. And a dinner here is never second best.
Not to mention grossing over $1 billion, making it the second biggest movie of the year behind Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Number 25, The Last 5 Years. The Last 5 Years is a favorite among Jason Robert Brown fans, and the film version pulls off its tricky non-linear structure surprisingly well. Jeremy Jordan and Anna Kendrick lead with incredible vocals and some compelling acting. Kendrick gives Kathy a raw, funny, and vulnerable edge, while Jordan makes Jamie feel charming, flawed, and totally real. Their chemistry lights up every scene.
'Cause the torture is just exquisite while I'm waiting for you to visit. So hurry up, schmuck, get unstuck and get on the scene.
The story is intimate and honest, just two people falling in and out of love. It doesn't try to be flashy, making it even harder. The score is gorgeous, the emotions land, and the performances carry the whole thing. It's not flawless, but it sticks with you in the best way.
If I didn't believe in you, I couldn't have stood before all of our friends and said, "This is the life I choose."
Number 24, Hedwig and the Angry Inch. This movie earned its cult following because it speaks directly to anyone who has ever felt like they didn't fit in.
Ain't much of a difference between a bridge and a wall. Without me right in the middle there, wow, we're nothing at all.
Part rock concert, part deeply personal story. It follows Hedwig, a genderqueer punk singer navigating love, loss, identity, and self-acceptance. The show doesn't shy away from pain, but it meets it with sharp wit, vulnerability, and unforgettable music.
You know you can follow my voice through the dark turns and noise of this wicked little town.
It felt groundbreaking when it premiered and still does. It gave voice to experiences so rarely seen on stage, especially with that kind of honesty. For so many, it's more than a musical, it's a lifeline, a mirror, and a total celebration of being yourself. The film scooped up countless awards and made its way to Broadway.
The sweetest taste I've known. If you got some sugar, bring it home.
Number 23, Sing Street. Given how deeply teens feel everything, it's no surprise that teen turmoil pairs perfectly with a gripping soundtrack.
She's standing on the corner like an angel in disguise. I want to try and warn her. She's got dangerous eyes.
Dangerous eyes. I like that. What does it mean?
I don't know.
It tackles serious issues like family strife, poverty, and school rivals, but keeps things upbeat, funny, and full of heart. It's incredibly relatable as we follow Connor discovering who he is through music, adjusting to a new school, and dealing with a massive crush.
This is your life, you can't go anywhere. You gotta grab the wheel and own it. Drive it like you stole it.
The soundtrack is phenomenal, mixing 80s hits with original songs that sound like lost classics. The performances are strong, and the film earned a Golden Globe nomination. A stage version set for 2020 ended up halted, but there is a Broadway cast recording while we wait for it to get its stagey spotlight.
See the girl with the eyes I can't describe, and suddenly it's a perfect Sunday.
Number 22. Aladdin. Disney's live-action remakes have been hit or miss, but Aladdin was definitely one of the better ones.
Deal is in the detail.
Got it.
Which I don't really understand, because if she already likes you, why change?
It updated parts of the original for a modern audience without losing the magic fans loved. Jasmine takes a more active role and gets what's arguably one of the best new songs written for any live-action adaptation.
When they try to suffocate me, don't you want to rescue me? 'Cause I know that I won't go speechless.
Sure, the CGI raised some eyebrows, and no one could replace the late, great Robin Williams. But there was a party in Agrabah, and we absolutely wanted in. It became the third highest-grossing Disney remake at the time. Critics weren't all convinced by its shining, shimmering updates, but with a People's Choice win, audiences clearly made their wish known.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
100,000 things to see.
Number 21. A Star is Born. You'd think by round 4 they'd be out of ways to tell this story, but the 2018 remake proved otherwise.
It's the same story, told over and over, forever. All any artist can offer the world is how they see those 12 notes.
It feels raw and emotional, thanks to a heartfelt script and standout performances from Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Their chemistry lit up the screen and had people wondering where the acting ended. Fame, ambition, love, and loss all come into play, and the emotions land hard in an era where so much of real life plays out in public.
When the sun goes down and the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way.
The film leans into the pain, but never loses its humanity. It earned 283 nominations and 111 wins. The soundtrack might be the real star, especially Shallow, which connected with critics, audiences, and award committees alike.
Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now.
Number 20. High School Musical 2. The first High School Musical was a modern take on the classic tale of Romeo and Juliet without the whole "they both die at the end" part. It's a good thing, because otherwise we wouldn't have the sequel, which, at least according to critics, was a step up from the original. School's out for summer in the second film, and the gang, the music, and the dancing are back to keep us, even those of us years past our tweens, highly entertained.
It's party time. Let's go and have the time of our lives.
To quote your favorite late-night infomercial, but wait, there's more, because they didn't stop there, releasing High School Musical 3 senior year the following year. Yet another hit for the franchise.
I want the rest of my life to feel just like a high school music.
Number 19. The Muppets.
It's time to play the music.
It's time to light the lights.
It's time to meet the Muppets.
It may not be the best Muppet movie of all time, as that title still, and probably always will, belong to 1979's The Muppet Movie. But after some highs and lows in the Muppet movie franchise in the intervening 3 decades, 2011's The Muppets was a high for the franchise and for musicals of the century.
Everything is great, we'll live happily ever after.
And we'll keep giving the world the third greatest gift, laughter!
Co-written by and starring the always enjoyable Jason Segel, The Muppets doesn't shy away from the nostalgia of the franchise. In fact, the movie happily leans right into it, and that's hard to resist for anyone whose childhood comes with memories of those funny felt-covered puppets. And the film's 95% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes would suggest we aren't the only ones who think so.
You still got it, man.
Number 18, In the Heights. Money isn't everything, especially when it comes to judging the quality of a film based solely on its box office success or failure. In the Heights is a perfect example.
That's a part of the routine. Everybody's got a job, everybody's got a dream.
Lin-Manuel Miranda had already taken home a Best Musical Tony Award years earlier for the stage production, and after the mega success of Hamilton, there were big expectations for the In the Heights movie. And critically, the film lived up to them, scoring a very impressive 94% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, que calor, que calor, que calor, que calor, oh, oh.
However, with a break-even number of $200 million, the film only took home $43 million. The pandemic and the film's presence on HBO Max obviously played a role, but a musical this joyous is bound to have a life beyond the box office.
From Puerto Rico to Santo Domingo, wherever we go, we rap our people and the beat go.
Number 17, Les Miserables. While we haven't done the math, we're willing to say that there have been more adaptations of Les Mis than any other film on this list.
How it all increases, all those bits and pieces. Jesus, it's amazing how it grows.
Victor Hugo's 19th century novel and the 1980 stage musical are only the tip of the iceberg. It's as if every generation has their own version of Les Mis. And for this century, at least so far, the standout is the 2012 film.
My place is here, I fight with you.
A film that reinvigorated the classic tale and took home 3 Golden Globes, 4 BAFTAs, and 3 Oscars, including a Best Supporting Actress sweep for Anne Hathaway. Number 16, Across the Universe. The Beatles are to art and entertainment what bacon is to the culinary world.
Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song and I'll try not to sing out of key.
They make everything better. Visitors to Las Vegas saw it with Cirque du Soleil's production of Love. Kids have seen it with Beat Bugs on Netflix. And moviegoers got a delicious taste back in 2007 with the jukebox musical Across the Universe. Featuring over 30 songs from, arguably the greatest band of all time, the film tells of love, war, and social and political upheaval in the 1960s. Throw in the eye-catching visual style, and this is a must-see regardless of whether you're a Beatles superfan or not. Number 15, Into the Woods. You might notice that a number of films on this list are adaptations of Broadway productions, and Into the Woods is no exception. The original show made its Broadway debut all the way back in 1987, and over the years there were a number of attempts to turn it into a movie.
Possible. Very, very possible.
But where others failed, Disney, as is often the case, succeeded. With Rob Marshall directing and a cast that includes Meryl Streep and Emily Blunt, the film was definitely not lacking for talent.
I don't want your bread.
And then what is it you wish?
It's not what I wish. It's what you wish.
And although it did receive some criticism for changes made in the adaptation from the stage, this fairy tale left us feeling anything but grim.
Am I not sensitive, clever, well-mannered, considerate, passionate, charming, as kind as I'm handsome, and heir to a throne? You are everything maidens could wish for.
Number 14, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
It's Todd now. Sweeney Todd. And he will have his revenge.
From one Sondheim to another, the story of a serial killer barber in Victorian England might not sound like a great idea for a musical, but guess what? It is. It was in 1979 when it won the Tony Award for Best Musical, and in 2008 when Tim Burton's film adaptation took home the award for Best Picture Musical or Comedy at the 65th Golden Globes.
Have charity towards the world, my pet.
Yes, yes, I know, my love.
We'll take the customers that we can get.
We also have to give Johnny Depp kudos for his performance as the eponymous demon barber. Of course, we didn't doubt his ability to give a haunting performance, but we were certainly surprised, pleasantly of course, by the vocal chops that the role of Sweeney Todd allowed him to showcase.
You've been locked out of sight all these years, like me, my friend.
Number 13. Rent.
It's time now to sing out, though the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of Rent.
In 2005, the movie musical Rent premiered in theaters, almost 10 years after the stage musical made its debut on Broadway. That's just under 525,600 times 10 minutes. With 6 of the actors from the Broadway show returning for the film, the movie had a connection to the material that other film musical adaptations don't, and it came across in the production.
Viva la vie, poème!
While there were some critics and audience members who could take it or leave it, Rent is one of the 21st century musicals that we will always take.
Take me, baby, or leave me.
Number 12. Mamma Mia. This 2008 jukebox musical features songs written by the Swedish band ABBA. And, like ABBA's music, the film is bright, fun, catchy, a little cheesy, and hard to resist.
Gonna do my very best, and you know if you put me to the test, let me try, take a chance on me.
The filmmakers took a chance on turning the hit Broadway musical into a movie, and it worked, as the film raked in lots of money. Over $600 million, in fact.
Money, 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 always sunny in a rich man's world.
And the love for the movie didn't stop there, as people in the UK and Sweden said I do to the release of the DVD. By the end of 2008, it was the best-selling DVD ever in both countries.
Mamma mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist ya?
Number 11. The Greatest Showman.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
2017's The Greatest Showman starring Hugh Jackman is a musical drama loosely based on the life of P.T. Barnum and his creation of Barnum's American Museum. The film was a huge financial success, bringing in over $400 million worldwide and becoming one of the highest-grossing live-action musicals ever. It also gave us the original song This Is Me, which won a Golden Globe and was nominated for an Oscar. And sure, the film wasn't as well received by the critics, but at least they talked about it, because as P.T. Barnum is credited with saying, there is no such thing as bad publicity.
Impossible come true, taking over you.
Oh, this is the greatest show.
Number 10. Enchanted. In 2001, DreamWorks poked fun at Disney with their animated classic Shrek. But in 2007, Disney showed that they can also laugh at themselves with Enchanted.
Why are you staring at me?
I don't know, it's like you escaped from a Hallmark card or something.
The film is a mostly live-action musical that fondly pays tribute to classic Disney animated movies, while also spoofing said films with a knowing wink to the audience. And let's not forget the great songs.
How do you show her you love her?
How does she know that you really,
truly love her?
I've never heard this song.
How does she know that you love her?
The Disney catalog of songs is just as impressive as its movies, and Enchanted lived up to those high expectations. So much so that at the 2008 Academy Awards, 3 of the 5 Best Original Song nominees were from Enchanted.
Sing along. If you cannot sing, then hum along. As we're finishing our happy working song.
Number 9. Dreamgirls. What film was nominated for the most Oscars at the 79th Academy Awards in 2007?
We are Dream girl, oh yeah, dream girl.
That's right, it was Dreamgirls. The musical, inspired by the era of Motown and very, very, very loosely based on the story of the Supremes, was nominated for 8 Oscars. The film is a crowd-pleasing adaptation of the 1980s Broadway musical, and it made Jennifer Hudson a star and the youngest African-American to win an acting Oscar.
And you just wanna love me.
The movie was also nominated for 3 Best Original Song awards, becoming the first live-action movie to do so, 1 year before Enchanted did it.
I know you took less, you passed every test. It's almost too good to be true. You're the perfect fit for me. I love you, I do.
Number 8. Once. There was once a guy who played music and fixed vacuum cleaners who fell in love with a girl who played music and sold flowers.
10 years ago, I fell in love with an Irish girl. She took my heart.
But while that might sound like the intro to a typical Hollywood romance, Once doesn't follow the typical romantic movie storyline, which is just one of the things that makes it so amazing. There's also the beautiful music, which was written and performed by Glenn Hansard and Markéta Irglova, the ones who play the guy and the girl in the film.
When your mind's made up, when your mind's made up, there's no point trying to stop it, you see.
Remember how Enchanted was nominated for 3 Song Awards at the Oscars in 2008? Well, all 3 lost to Falling Slowly from Once.
Raise your hopeful voice. You had the choice. You made it now.
Number 7. Tick Tick Boom. Tick Tick Boom brings together modern-day musical royalty. The 2021 film is an adaptation of the off-Broadway show written by Rent creator Jonathan Larson.
At least you're not alone. Your friends are there too.
And it was directed by none other than In the Heights and Hamilton writer Lin-Manuel Miranda. With talent like that, we were sure hoping this one would be good. And we weren't disappointed.
The main thing, though, is that it's first-rate work and has a future. And so do you.
The original stage production was performed as a rock monologue by Larson himself back in 1990, but it went through a number of changes during his time with it, and was also reworked by others following his death in 1996. The film does a good job of honoring the essence of the piece and of Larson himself.
Fear or love, baby, don't say the answer. Actions speak louder than
Number 6. West Side Story.
When you're a jet, you're a top cat in town. You're a gold medal kid with a heavyweight crown.
If we were putting together a list of the best movie musicals of the 20th century, West Side Story would be on it. And now the 21st century has an equally great West Side Story as well.
Tonight, there's only you tonight. What do you want? What do you do? What do you say?
Steven Spielberg and a cast of talented actors, singers, and dancers managed to breathe new life into a remake many didn't think was even needed. With the original being so good, there were no doubt those who thought Spielberg was crazy for remaking it.
Is that okay?
Do you want to start World War III?
But he was cool and he had a vision. And given the critical acclaim the film has received, that vision was, as is usually the case with Mr. Spielberg, one we're glad he followed through on. Number 5. La La Land.
Here's to the hearts that break. Here's to the mess we made.
Remember when La La Land, Moonlight, won Best Picture at the 2017 Academy Awards? While the film will always be associated with the biggest gaffe in Oscar history, we should not allow that to distract us from how darn good it is as well.
They let you down. Another day I'll get up off the ground. Another day I'll
director Damien Chazelle set out to make an old-school style musical, but, quote, ground it in real life where things don't always exactly work out. The film is an ode to Los Angeles, love, the arts, and the sacrifices that must be made to follow your dreams. And for his efforts, the 32-year-old Chazelle took home the Oscar for Best Director, becoming the youngest person ever to do so. Number 4, Moulin Rouge.
My gift is my song, and this one's for you.
A musical love story between a writer and a courtesan in turn-of-the-century Paris, centered around the famous Moulin Rouge and featuring modern music, probably shouldn't work. But in the hands of Baz Luhrmann, the man who made Romeo and Juliet cool again, it didn't just work, it rocked.
The boy has talent! I like him! Nothing funny. I just like talent.
The film is a visual and sonic feast for the senses that will make you laugh and cry, will make you believe in true love, and will break your heart. All brought together with a jukebox soundtrack filled with modern, late 20th century music. There was so much music, in fact, it took Luhrmann 2.5 years to finalize all the rights to every song used in the movie. Number 3, Hairspray. Wake up, Baltimore, and everyone else. Hairspray is one of the 3 best musicals of the 21st century so far. The OG John Waters film is a classic, and while remakes are generally hit or miss, the 2007 version brought the beat from Broadway to the silver screen.
You better come on down and meet the nicest kids in town.
Financially, it raked in over $200 million and received universal critical acclaim. We can see why, as Hairspray manages to be a feel-good musical while still tackling its serious subject matter with sincerity. So to anyone who's doubting the awesomeness of this one, go run and tell that. Number 2, Wicked Part 1. A Wicked movie felt like it had been dangled in front of us forever, so when it finally happened, expectations were sky high, and thankfully it delivered. Countless behind-the-scenes featurettes showed just how much effort went into creating this version of Oz. You could feel it was a film made for the fans, by the fans. We could also sing the entire cast's praises, but then this video would probably be as long as the movie.
Nothing matters, but knowing nothing matters. It's just love.
The film kept what fans love about the show while embracing its cinematic potential and packing it beyond the brim with cameos. By the end of 2024, Wicked had officially become the most popular movie musical in box office history.
I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair, everything that really counts to be popular. I'll help you be popular.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Burlesque. We can't EXPRESS enough how much we need Cher in more movie musicals.
But you're ready to confess. Tell me what you need. Welcome to Burlesque.
Phantom of the Opera. Come for the crashing chandelier, stay for the music of the night. The Producers. You loved it, you wanted us to include it, and we said,
We can do it! Mr. Biala, stop the song, you've got me wrong. I'll say so long, I'm not as strong a person as you think.
Pitch Perfect. Let's just take a moment to appreciate how on-key this film is.
Tonight,
Rocket Man. It hit all the right notes.
I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. I'm a rocky man.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Chicago.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Unlike La La Land, when Chicago was announced as the Best Picture winner at the 2003 Academy Awards, it wasn't a mistake. Not only is Chicago the only musical on our list to have taken home Oscar's top honor, it was the first musical to do so in over 30 years. And it deserved all the praise it received.
I'm a star, and the audience loves me, and I love them, and they love me for loving them, and I love them for loving me, and we love each other.
Now, if you're looking for a musical with a moral message where people who do bad are punished and doing good means good things will happen, then Chicago isn't for you. But the lack of karma aside, this film has it all. Sultry killers, tap-dancing lawyers, a rabid tabloid press, a bloodthirsty public, great music, awesome choreography, and all that jazz.
That jazz.
Is there a musical you'd love to see turned into a movie? Let us know in the comments.
You can clap now.